Start recording. 1, 2. All right, we got another topic video today. Another topic video. Shannon Sharpe situation. I think I spoke with this in one of the Rockets games. I think Rockets Warriors games. But this situation is crazy. I feel like I got to talk about it. I was talking about it earlier, but I had a lot of shit going on. Spring cleaning, people moving in, people not moving in, people moving out. You know, for me personally, in my personal life, so a lot of shit going on. But we're gonna talk about it now because I feel like I have a very unique perspective to add to this. I have some shit I gotta say. So, hey, yo, man, what's good? YouTube, it's your boy, your host, First Guy, Deca Squad. Bitch, back in action. Today we are here. We're here with it is what it is. Cam, Mase, StatBaby. It was 2 separate videos because I think Mase wasn't on one of the shows, but they had a topic about Shannon Sharpe. It is what it is, and then Coach JB shows like really the only 2 like podcasts I really be watching like that, nigga. for real. Those really, those only 2 podcasts you'll be watching. So, I like the commentary. They funny as fuck, nigga. Even if sometimes they don't know what the fuck they be saying more sports, I still fuck with them though. So everybody get into this James, see what they talk about. Ear tools. Spectacles, those ones supposed to get it on, man. Hey! OBS start recording. Yes, Sirski.
Thing that happened in between, so we're going to talk about it. So, Shannon Sharpe, he is being accused of sexual assault in a new lawsuit for allegedly dating a 19-year-old OnlyFans model who's now suing him for $50 million.
Crazy.
The woman has since released an alleged audio conversation of the two where he said, "I'll choke this shit out of you." So
yeah, that was bad, nigga. That was bad.
Responded with the text messages where him and the girl were talking, and she said some things like, I don't want anybody to cut this with me saying this, but she said, "I know you miss this ass, $25K for each cheek, want you to put a big black baby in me," and a whole bunch of other things to him.
Big black baby is crazy, bro. Let's continue, bro. That shit's wild, bro.
He also then responded with the video saying he is going to defend himself because what's going on isn't right. And he said it's all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has also targeted Jay-Z. He said Tony targets black men. And
you see, now when it comes to that, Tony Busby, yeah, look, I thought that's about to finish. She gonna be saying, you know, he targets black men and shit like that. He just had a failed shit with Jay-Z. So when it comes to this shit with Shannon Sharpe, this shit should be dismissed because, like, yes, nigga, this is a clear shakedown, which I think it is. That first and foremost, I'm gonna say that before we really get into the video. I think this is a shakedown. I don't think Shannon abused this bitch, and I'm gonna call her a bitch because I think she a bitch. Now, if Shannon did abuse her, I'm gonna call Shannon Sharpe a bitch ass nigga once that shit is proved. But for right now, this is a shakedown. Like, let's stop it. You just signed for $100 million, and then this happens. Come on now, my nigga. You like, and usually when they be suing for money and not criminal charges, we know niggas is faking. She ain't even trying to mask it by doing both, filing criminal and for money. She doing it straight for money. So I think it's a shakedown for sure.
He expects him to release a sex tape that tries to make him look guilty. So earlier, both lawyers for Shannon Sharpe and his accuser confirmed he also offered to pay $10 million to settle the case and not disclose the allegations with the girl. Whole lot to unpack. Cam, what are your initial thoughts?
Let me ask you a question before I give my opinion.
Okay.
Do you think this has something to do with her being white?
Yeah.
I knew it. Why?
Because
so a black girl wouldn't do this?
I'm not saying a black girl wouldn't do it, but less likely to. I think first of all, the whole
see when it comes to this, and like I'm not just saying this because I have a white girlfriend. As you guys know, I recently got into a relationship. I'm not saying it's because I got a white girlfriend, but like how Mase is gonna say in the next video we're gonna get into, like how like I was saying that it's because she white. Not saying that a black girl would do this, but yeah, because she's white. Pretty much what she's saying. Like Mase is gonna say in the next video, we do have like when it comes to us black people, black women, they do have a finesse like this. It's called child support. They might do it on a scale of this, but we do have our own shakedown. Child support. Trapping niggas to have babies and put them on their taxes and get an extra check. So we're not gonna say that it's just she's white. We're not gonna say that. See this when it comes to the ratio with this. I don't think is that. Like I know it's very dangerous when it comes to a lot of black athletes or black prominent figures getting with Caucasian women, but they're a meal ticket for anybody. And like I said, we got our own little meal ticket shit when it comes to the child support, as opposed to some shit like this. This one's more detrimental, but for a regular nigga like me, child support would probably be more detrimental than this, because I'm not rich. Regular niggas like us, like me, not rich. So if regular nigga get on child support like me, we're cooked. That's our shakedown. So that's all I want to say that.
Big black, baby and me, all that is like, okay, if you're
that's race play. That's wild.
You're into that. You like the race baiting, all that, cool. Some people like that. That's the first thing.
I don't think that's cool. I think that's just weird as fuck. And that's why he's trying to pay that 10 mil. Like I know people saying, he's paying 10 mil, he's trying to be guilty. He may be guilty because, yeah, me personally, I ain't paying no fucking $10 million if I ain't fucking guilty, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you? But if I got some dark, deep shit in my closet like this, and I don't want the shit to get out, I could see him trying to pay $10 million to keep this shit irrelevant. Because if I had some kinky shit like this in my closet, some shit like this in my closet, I would not want the shit to get out. And I'm famous on top of that too? Fuck no. With me, a regular nigga is different because for the most part, some shit like this probably, I probably would, like lose my job or some shit like that. Absolutely. But for the most part, I would really just get shamed by I wouldn't want like my family members and my job to know about some shit like this for me, a regular person. If that shit happens, I can still be good. You wanna know why? Because I can move across the country and have a whole new life. And when I walk the streets of that street, or where I'm at now, I won't be ashamed because nobody won't fucking know who the fuck I am. For you though, Shannon, you a famous ass nigga. You can't escape this. You can't escape this if you move across the country and shit. You can't, because you're famous. So him wanting to pay $10 million to not let that shit get out, that's understandable because you don't want this shit. Like I said, me, most part, if I had some crazy shit, I want my mom to know, and then my job to get fired, to be ashamed of. For you though, you on a bigger scale, you're donezo. So that's the only reason I can see him paying $10 million. I don't think necessarily means that he's guilty of anything. He just don't want the shit to get out. Cause everybody got their kinky shit, the BDSM and shit like that. Everybody has their kinky shit. Apparently he was getting his ass ate. Me, that's not me, my nigga. But still, people, that could be, niggas gonna let that slide. But you doing race play with someone interracial when it comes to black and white, considering, the history between black and white and, the race shit going on, that is very detrimental. That's some shit that niggas cannot let slide. it's already taboo for an interracial couple when it comes to a black guy and when it comes to black and white, regardless. But when you do race play, that's something, most part interracial, they could probably let that slide. But that nigga, and in the black community, especially like if y'all fucking shit, you letting her call you the N-word and shit like that, big black baby and shit like that, if it's some shit like that, you do not want that to get out, because you're done regardless. Everybody has their sexual kinks, but that one is some shit that can't get lit, that niggas will never let slide. So if he would have paid $10 million to keep that shit under wraps, I can understand that. So that's where I think when it comes to that, though.
Second thing, we all saw Shannon Sharpe might be signing a $100 million deal. Woo, 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 woo. You're an OnlyFans model and you're trying to get him with that, and now all of a sudden, $50 million. And this isn't to, discredit anybody who is, going through serious issues.
No, we talking about this bitch. Well, I think it's shaking the nigga down, but
like sexual assault cases, like hope that works out for all of you guys. But all the different terms in this, it's interesting. So yes, I think it has a lot to do with her being a white woman.
So from what I got from what you said, stay away from them white bitches. That's what you said in a real politically correct way. Yo, y'all black niggas that be fucking with these white bitches, see what happens? That's what Stat just said in a very professional way. That was really nice the way you put that, because that's all you really said. This what happened when you fuck with them white bitches. That's what you get. That's exactly what I heard from you. But look, it's a few, like you said, it's a lot of shit to unpack.
I mean, thinking about it, how many black-white situations we got that are that's like that? We got this right here. Tiger Woods, even though he's interracial, but still he's black. Jonathan Majors. I was trying to think of any other recent ones where it's big shakedowns. There might be more, correct me if I'm wrong, but shit, we see Jalen Green and Drea. They ain't black and white. Zion Williamson and in this shit going on. Anthony Edwards and his shit he got going on. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they both was white. She was trying to get that nigga the fuck up out of here. So when it comes to a bigger scale like that, I think it's just athletes fucking with anybody in general, because they're going to get shut down in general. You're a walking meal ticket for anybody, black or white. That's what I'm trying to think of situations recently, and you see how I got pretty even shit where it's okay, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they both white, and Jonathan Majors interracial, Shannon Sharpe and this interracial, Anthony Edwards and his baby mamas, they both black. So it's you see, I got mixtures of that. I don't see no big old discrepancy or no big correlation. So that's why I'm I don't really typically agree with that. I think it's still more athletes should watch what they fucking with in general. But interracial dating is taboo, especially when it's black and white. That's what I think. That's just the issue in general. Not in this situation, but I think not that it is in a situation that it's that they're just saying that it's because he's white, he's black. I don't say that.
With this first thing you said,
shit, fucking Iman Shumpert and Shorty, that shit recent too. They both black, so it's I don't
$100
see
million
that.
Now they want 50 out of nowhere. But when you sue for 50, you don't really want 50. You take about 23, 20, 24. You go for the high number so you can settle out for what you really want. That's first and foremost. Secondly, she 20. How old? 92?
92
I'm
is
crazy.
You gotta know what's going on. Not saying she don't fuck with you. Listen, I remember
56.
56. I remember Delicious from Flavor of Love wanted Unc. She was on his body too. Unc stay in shape. He popping, etc. It's a lot going on. Especially he has a newfound light. You know what I'm saying? What I will say is this, is that to me, for this last few years, and I'm talking about not even a few years, probably 6, 7 years now, because he started on, what is that shit with Skip he was doing? Whatever that shit was called.
Undisputed?
Undisputed.
Yeah.
About 6, 7 years ago. So you have Undisputed. Then he has the success with Club Shay Shay. Then he has his other shows that he do on the internet. Then not only that, you leave Undisputed and go to First Take. So when I first seen Shannon on the internet arguing, going back and forth with certain people, you know, even me and him had a couple words here and there, nothing crazy. I got mad love for super duper love for that nigga. But when I seen him going back and forth with other people, so to speak, and I said, he doesn't get it. Now he probably gets it. He's getting more seasoned. I'm talking about last year when he's arguing the sex tape, if you want to call it that, and going back, and before that was other things, people saying that he was gay, and he's going back and forth arguing with people. I'm saying, it's one thing being a successful athlete, and then it's a different thing being a successful entertainer, even though sports is entertainment. But, you know, Shannon Sharpe is a Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, so people know who he is. Yeah. But now you're sitting there talking about people. It's one thing when you're catching the ball, scoring touchdowns. It's another thing when you're opinionated about different people. So he found a new brand of success, and I don't think he knew about it in the beginning because, you know, he used to say, my sister said, when you're at the top, this, that, and third. Yeah, nigga, that's the way it goes. People are going to want to come at you when you're successful in this realm. When you're successful in football, people can't run as fast as you or jump as high as you or catch touchdowns. It's something different to where you're being opinionated. And now that you have a smartphone, everybody has an opinion. Anybody with a smartphone can have an opinion. So when you have this newfound success, you got to know how to move, especially with the bitches.
Yeah.
You got to know how to move, my nigga, because they all, I'm not saying niggas don't fuck with you, but they want something. They want a couple dollars.
Yeah.
They want $25,000 a cheek. Fuck is that? Yo, $25,000 a cheek, and you still speak to the bitch?
That's
like I said, to me, it sounds like they had a lot of, what's the word? I don't want to use BDSM. They had a lot of like little rough relationship. When I say that, choke her and she like it, or grab her up and she like it. Because there's some shit I read it too that he had anal sex and she got mad because he ain't put the condom on or some shit like that. Obviously, Shorty likes some of this shit, my personal opinion. And like Stat said, I'm not being, I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody going through something serious. But the first thing I took from this when I heard it was, look, he was living in California and moved to Nevada. She moved from California to Nevada too. So if somebody's being abusive to you in one state, why would you move to the next state with the same nigga who's abusing you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Me personally, I found the red flag with that personally. And then the next thing is this sex tape that's supposedly coming out. Shannon said, put the whole 30 minutes out, or 10 minutes, whatever it is.
10 minutes. Yeah.
I guess there's some part in there for 30 seconds because brought that up. Shannon brought that up. He said, I believe he's going to release 30 seconds of it. Whatever that 30 seconds is must be nasty and violent and fucked up. If you don't want to put the whole 10 minutes and you reducing it to that 30, it must have been WWE in that joint. Elbow off the top of the bed, off the thrower against the dresser. You
fucking attitude adjustment, that bitch.
Big little bitch.
Crossroads that hoe.
Suck big black dick. Fuck you talking about? You want nigga dick? I get that part. I get it. Because I tell white bitches you want that nigga dick. But it's consensual. They agree.
See, like, that's crazy, though. I can't do that shit. I can't even imagine doing that shit with my girl. Or tell her to call me the N-word while I'm fucking her. Wish she would, but yeah, like that is actually some pretty crazy ass shit. Yeah, Cam. I mean, see with that's a little bit different. As long as you're not having her say, give me give me that nigga dick, or with the ER. Maybe I could let that slide, but that's still crazy though, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, I've been doing this in a different realm from him. I never made it as a professional athlete. I've been out here shaking and juggling these bitches since 20 years old. I know what you up to. I know when a bitch try to bait me in a text message to say some dumb shit. I ain't writing it back. You right. And I'm not writing nothing back. You can't get me to write a damn thing back when I see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Then you gotta know. You gotta know. See, that's the fucked up thing. It seemed like he trusted her from the conversation I heard. You gotta read the signs like.
Too old to be doing that.
I don't want to get choked. That ain't something you usually say. Hold on.
Like,
you
wait
don't
a minute.
usually talk to me like
wait
this.
a minute.
Why you talking to me like this now?
You live it.
Yo, I'm gonna hit you back. Boom. And then you know when shit ain't right, you be like, when you answer the phone, they be like, hello, hello, hello. They setting up.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear you now.
To record your voice.
They done set the call up. You gotta read all these signs, bro. And you gotta think about this, right? This is why, and a lot of people call this nigga Uncle Tom, and he don't like black people, or this, that, and the third, et cetera, et cetera. This is why Stephen A. don't get into no shit like this. And I'm gonna say none of us is above it, knock on wood, but he know.
I mean, don't he got some shit with Molly? Well, I thought he had some shit with Molly, but that shit went under the rug for sure. Yeah. But I thought he had some shit with Molly though.
He works for Disney. When you work for Disney, a sex tape can't be coming out like this.
Nah.
You can't be admitting that, 30 seconds of this shit was kind of rough. I'm letting y'all know. Shit get a little wild. But didn't he 30 seconds get what? Yo, this Mickey Mouse in there. What you mean 30 seconds get wild? I think that Disney's getting a little more lenient because of shit like Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Cursing at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. Not just that, Shannon had a little sex tape that he admitted to, nothing visual, just vocal. So I think it's a little more lenient, and I hope that Disney does keep him. I'm rooting for him because I do believe this is a shakedown. But when you start getting the video evidence and vocal evidence and audio evidence, I should say, pardon me, and text messages and this, that, and the third, that's crazy. Last thing I'll say before I let Stat give her opinion, if she has an opinion, is that the Busby shit. I don't like the name Busby. It sounds like the nigga that you be like, have you been done wrong? And then an 800 number pop up at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Call Busby. We'll make sure we'll get your money. That name sounds crazy.
Yeah.
The only difference between Jay-Z and Shannon's situation, because he put Jay-Z name in it because Busby tried to go after Jay-Z, is Jay-Z from beginning to end said, I didn't do a motherfucking thing. Jay-Z ain't trying to give nobody no money.
Yeah.
Jay-Z ain't trying to settle out. Jay-Z actually said, fuck that. If y'all think y'all got something on me, fuck a civil lawsuit, make it criminal. I should be going to jail if I did something like this. And that shit was out of here because they knew they ain't have nothing on them. Now, when you trying to settle out on the low, it's a little bit of guilt there. Something happened. Not saying it wasn't consensual. Maybe you offered the money because you like, look, I ain't got time. I just need this to be swept under the rug so I can get back to work and do what I got to do in between these days.
Yeah, like me personally, like I said, I'm not paying you shit if I ain't do nothing wrong. But he don't want to be embarrassed. He want to keep his dark, deeper secrets to himself. He want to say them shits to the grave. You might pay a nigga if you want to keep your shit to the grave. But if that's the case, my nigga, shit, you might as well pay the hitman. Get her the fuck up out of here, nigga. Nigga, might as well pay the Punisher, nigga. Boy, for $500,000, the Punisher would have got her. A regular hitman would have got her ass up out of here. If that was the case, should have made her take a bump to make this shit for real go away. You paying $10 million? Shit. I mean, that's more of a risk though, because if you get caught, nigga, you going to jail for trying to murder somebody. But shit, this shit already detrimental.
But that's the problem too. Think about Puff and Cassie, right? You make this deal, You give Cassie 15 million or whatever she got, and be like, okay, everything's swept under the rug, right? Cool. Let's keep life moving. Now I never called nigga. I got the tape. Nigga hit you like Menace. You ain't seen Menace that. Nigga said, I got the tape. Nigga, now it's another nigga. You call, I thought we settled out, Cassie. This nigga made a copy and all that. Like,
sorry.
I didn't even know the nigga had a copy.
Sorry, got my 15 mil.
Copy all that. Now you got Puff running down the hall and the towel dragging him out of here. After you done paid 15 million, it's a mess. Yeah, it's a damn mess, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how this gonna play out, but I do know that it don't look good when you try to give somebody a couple dollars to sweep it under the rug. Like I said, Busby did go after Jay-Z. That nigga Jay-Z hit Busby with a Kentucky Fried 8-piece. Bop, 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 bop. Sent that nigga back in his office. We ain't hear about Busby until this Shannon shit. We'll see what happens, but that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I just want to add, a lot of things can be true. Like, yes, the girl is younger, but she's still of age. I feel like, you don't know what could have happened. She could have started something and then it got into something that she didn't want it to be. And at this point, you're already in too deep. As far as Busby.
Nah, you were going as a dope, nigga. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. Right from wrong and wrong from right. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit.
We really surprised.
I'm not with that mentally weak shit. I mean, niggas actually is mentally weak though, but I don't bet that's how it is with her though. She know what the fuck going on. It's a shakedown.
Because he is a lawyer, he's gonna go at somebody who is making a lot of money. That shouldn't be a shock. And then for Shannon, I mean, in the end, clearly he wanted to be satisfied, and that didn't go the way that he wanted it to go. So I just feel like playing in the snow, you don't know how it's gonna go, and that's kind of what you have to sacrifice.
Playing in the snow, you don't know how it's gonna go. Okay.
And for some people, it goes great. Okay, that's not to say you can't.
Do you play in the snow?
Yeah, Stat, we know about you, nigga. Hey, we know. Hey, so I'm saying, Stat, what is you talking about? I thought you was fucking with some of the white niggas, like the white dudes. I thought you talked to some white dudes before, Stat. What are you talking about? I wasn't playing this thing, you know how it's gonna go. Yeah.
You don't know how it's gonna go.
You don't know how it's gonna go.
But you playing the snow.
That's all I'm gonna say. You don't know how it's gonna go.
Go ahead, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you, guys.
You fuck with anybody, you don't know how it's gonna go. That's how I see how it is. But when it does get to race, then I'll be like, yeah, it's race. I'm not like I ain't one of them niggas that I want a white woman now. Now all black girls I've ever been with or period is bad now. They're all bad. No, nigga, I'm not. Or I'm bashing them like fucking Fresh and Fit and shit. No, I'm not one of them niggas. I just so happened to find someone that wasn't my race. So that's what I'm gonna say about that.
Just saying, like, you don't know how it's gonna go. There's a lot of money on the table, and I think for ESPN, some people are non-negotiable because we haven't seen any repercussions happen to them, whether it be Shannon Sharpe or Pat McAfee or Stephen A. They're in good spaces, but one day you never know how Disney's gonna react because, like you said, now that we're actually talking about actual potential video evidence, it's changing things and it's kind of pushing their limit farther than they probably expected. So I just hope in the end, everything is figured out. Hate to see this happening because it's happening time and time because people are also choosing wrong people. I'm going to go back to an interview he actually had with Monique, who told him, you need to go talk to an older woman who going to cook you some neck bones and some collard greens and lay up next to you and go to sleep.
Exactly.
And honestly, that might be the best bet for you because all this extra shit, especially when you keep kind of raising to the top, you know you're going to have more targets on your back. So I would just avoid the situation all over. Clearly, he tried to avoid it with the $10 million. That didn't work because if she could try to get more and she has a strong case, she's going to try to get more. That's just what happens. So it's just.
Yeah, but like how she said what Monique said, you need to be with an older woman. And she was fucking right, bro. This really the main part of what I wanted to get into the video about because I have some expertise when it comes to talking to older women, right? I have my own expertise. But before I get to that, the main part of the situation that's the real problem is like Shannon, you should never have been in this situation. You should never have been in this situation to fucking begin with. Like I said, I've been involved on the channel before. I've talked to older women before, in their 40s, early 50s, older, like considerably older than me. I'm in my 20s right now. I'm about to turn 27 next month. So, like, I've had my fair share of that, right? You're older talking to somebody younger. You should never been in a situation to begin with. But if you want to fuck with somebody younger, okay, cool. If you want to do that, all right. Maybe cuffing them, that's where the problem might lie with. But having fun, okay, all right. Consensual having fun, okay, cool. But to give her some ammo like this, this is a situation that these young niggas should be in. Like Anthony Edwards, Zion Williamson. This is some shit I would expect for them to be in. Not you. You're 56. You're pretty much 60 years old. You have been fucking with younger women since you've been Shannon Sharpe. You've been Shannon Sharpe since you've been in your 20s. You've been fucking with younger women for what? So that's what? For fucking almost 40 years. 30 years you've been fucking with younger women. You just gonna keep doing that for the rest of your life? Like, when does it stop? And she is an OnlyFans model. She's not a regular girl that you just gave this ammo to. Like that's different. If it was someone that was your age and was your wife and y'all did some shit like this and then, y'all had sex tapes, the BDSM shit, the race play shit, that's one thing. Cause like y'all some regular people, and even if you got famous, like this was someone that you've been with, something regular, that's your age. You wouldn't expect nobody your age to do some shit like this. A regular person. But this is the OnlyFans model. She is at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the most degenerate people on the planet. Because they see nothing wrong with being naked on the internet. They don't see nothing wrong with being naked on the internet. Now, 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying every OnlyFans woman is just like trash or some shit like that. But for the most part, because it's some of them got certain reasons why they gotta do it, even though I feel like you should still do whatever. You should just, I'd rather be broke and starving before I do some degenerate shit like that. But hey, to each his own. They're on the bottom of the most deplorable, degenerative totem pole. And I don't find it as weird as him and Bill Belichick, because the thing with Bill and him is like, I didn't even know if Shannon Sharpe was fucking 57. Like, he still looks good for his age. He takes care of himself. And like, obviously the age gap is thinner than Bill Belichick's and shit. But Bill Belichick, that shit's I think that shit's even more weird, because it's not like he's an older guy that still looks good. That nigga's dead ass a grandpa. He's literally just an old ass man. Shannon Sharpe, he's older, but if he look like that at Bill's age, then it's like, it will be different, because like, okay, he still was look good for his age. That nigga Bill Belichick, he's old as fuck. But going back to what I'm saying about Shannon Sharpe has been doing this since for like fucking 30 years, been fucking with the older women. It's like, what is we doing, my nigga? And with Cam, it's different, because I know Cam be fucking with his young joints too, but I've seen him with older women. Shit, I seen him had auntie in the studio throwing ass. Like we seen him in the studio, had auntie in the studio throwing ass. So I've seen him with some older women. But just like how Monique was telling him, like, you need to get yourself an old bitch, an old fat bitch. Like, old fat bitch, might be, she probably was joking when it came to that, but it didn't, yeah, she probably was joking when it came to that, but, he talked about some, no, I need my young thing. No, you don't, my nigga. See, like, even though you look good for your age, why, why do these older niggas that look good for their age and want to fuck with younger women think that they just the only ones that do that? Nigga, there's women out here that are old like you that still look good for their age too. Why you like you're just a young girl that's, they just look good. Those women don't look good no more. What the fuck is you talking about? If you doing the shit, you taking care of your body, and looking good, you don't think the women doing that shit too? Like, bro, like, what are we talking about? Like, nigga, Taraji P, motherfucking, nigga, Angela Bassett, motherfucking, Tracy Ellis Ross. Like, I can't keep saying it. Fucking Nia Long, Mary J. Blige, fucking what's her name? Tashina Arnold, the other girl from that used to be on the Martin show. Nigga, Cameron Diaz, man, Jennifer Aniston is that, and that's just a few, and that's just the popular niggas. Shit, nigga, even Monique that was sitting next to you was looking fine as hell. She had them things sitting. She was looking right. It's like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about, bro? And like, that's just old. That's just celebrities. There's people that we know. So comparing that to like a lower scale, like for us regular niggas, they got old women out here that's out here right now that look good. I can go to my local Walmart right now. I can go to my local Walmart right now and find 10 black women with a fat ass pushing carts down the aisles, big ass square shades. They got the motherfucking them tight ass pants. They got the toes out with them with the one thong flip flops. And a motherfucking Michael Kors purse across their shoulder. I can find 10 women with a fat ass like that in their 40s right now in my local Walmart. What the fuck is you talking about? And I'm saying that from experience. I fuck with women in their 40s, so I don't know what he's talking about. I need my young thing. Just because you old and look good, I'm not even talking about just old women that just even work out, take care of themselves. I'm talking about the ones that may just age gracefully. They ain't had to do shit. Their metabolism's on point. They just do basic care to their body, and that's it. I'm talking about them. I ain't talking about the ones that be working out like that. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's when it's like, okay, now it's starting to get weird. Now it's starting to be on some fetish shit, bro. Like, you're an old ass man. Like, it's like, all right, bro. It's kind of weird, bro. So that's what I say when it comes to that, though.
Being smart about it, and like Cam said, you can kind of tell when people are kind of starting to set you up. So, hey, I don't know. Good luck to all of them.
Thing about it is, though, I mean, I don't know like that, but it's like my man, shout out to my man Mars, my man Marshall and shit. He from my man from Mount Vernon and shit. My man Marshall said he don't like old bitches. He a little older. He said, my old skin and they old skin in the bed and shit, all old rubbing it.
And like I said, that's not even true, because there are older women out here. That's crazy. I mean, let me think about it from their perspective, because like I said, I'm young and I had my share of, having that interest in older women. So maybe when I get old to their age, maybe I might feel that same way about somebody younger. I might have that perspective. I don't have that perspective now because I'm younger, but maybe when I get old, I might be like, okay, she young, that's a little eye candy. I might be attracted to that. I don't know, but I don't think so. But how can you look old and wrinkly, but your woman can't look old and wrinkly? Make that make sense. Nah. Well, I mean, it makes sense. I feel you. Want to have something that look good on you, look on your arm. But like I said, I see older women out all the time, and I don't know what it's been crazy recently. Recently, I've been seeing them pop out left and right. I'm like, God damn. I was looking for milfs all my life, and then recently I was just finding them shits. So I don't know what yes, when you get old, you're gonna look old. And like the older one I'm talking about no ones with no fucking canes, nigga. That mean retirement home. I'm talking about, like I said, Taraji P, Angela Bassett. I'm talking about them joints. I'm talking about some fine shits, some old fine shits, nigga. Hell nah, boy. But just because a woman's older, don't mean that's like, obviously just they're older, but that don't mean they just look fucking ugly because they're older. I don't know what they talking about, like just because a woman gets older, she's just ugly now. What the fuck is you talking about?
Against each other. I like a little smooth young joint. That's his thing. He like, yo, fuck, I'm up here making all this bread, and I'm gonna give it to some old bitch that's just in the house, just can barely with all this other shit. And I'll skip. That was my.
What old bitches you talk about that can barely walk? You talk about somebody in their 50s and 60s. That's not what we're talking about, my nigga. What is you talking about? Hey, like nigga, you like how you go to the cookout. You go to the cookout and then you see that fine auntie. She's old. She's older, but she's fine as fuck. Fat yams. She got the yams on her. They talk about just some old bitches, like for real, like some old women. We're talking about older women that look good. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
My favorite shit he said, look at my skin and her skin. That shit ain't, it's two old skins, man. I like that little baby skin, man. And he, of course, they have age, his chicks.
Yeah.
But he make money, and I'm pretty sure does Marshall get to that bag, but he ain't getting 100 million. No, a lot of us aren't getting 100 million. So what I'm saying is, nigga, it ain't work out. You see, like I said, we don't know what that 30 minutes like. Unc might kill a bitch that's 60 years old, man. Might put in the hospital. Unc in shape. That nigga be sitting at the dust like this.
I don't know. It was one woman I talked to. The other woman I tried to talk to was 60, and she looked good. Shit. I don't think she worked out or nothing, but she just aged gracefully. She just looked good. Took care of herself when she was younger. So I don't, like I said, just cause you old and look good for your age, that don't mean that everybody else that's older or in your gene pool or in your bracket are just old and ugly. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know about none of that shit.
Doing this fucking his shit every day. That nigga lifting weights and doing all type of shit, my nigga. I don't know if an old neck bone joint, like Monique said, is going to get it for Unc. You know what I'm saying? That Monique might have been trying to throw a bid in right there.
I don't know, nigga. They was getting it for me, and I'm the young buck. I'm the young nigga.
But she was saying all that. But she definitely did say what you were saying.
Yeah, and then just real quick, again to the age thing, that's fine. Like, if that's what you want, go for it. But just make some...
It's not fine. It's fine to fuck around with, but when it gets to, like, cuffing, nigga, like, you're starting to, like, nah, that's weird, my nigga.
Things make a little sense. Like, you gotta, the brain, what she thinking is still important no matter the age. If some things are kind of off, please trust your gut so we can just avoid the situation to begin with. That's all I'm gonna say. And especially because I see that, like, the younger girls nowadays are liking the older guys. Like, that's just a thing. Like, we're seeing it in all these relationships, these age gaps. That's fine. Just make sure she's smart. And if it's an older woman, make sure the guy's smart. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, so that's what Cam said. Mason on the show that day. He was gone. Let's see what Mase got to say about the situation.
And we're not even done unpacking because before we get into the game, Mase, I gotta ask you. We started a little discussion yesterday. All the Shannon Sharpe stuff. For those who are watching this new episode, basically he was being accused of sexual assault. On the side, he tried to offer the victim $10 million. She declined it. Now they're trying to take 50. She declined it. Oh, he offered, yes, 10 million. They declined it. They want $50 million out of the case. Audio files have been released. Text messages have been released. He released the video.
What is saying the audio? Because I want to make sure what I heard
something
was what
about choking her, and she was like, I don't want to be choked. And he was like, yes, you do. But he's claiming it was an edited audio file. It's a lot of different parts. And I know for the audience, I'm summing it up. If you want to know more details, it is online. But Mase.
His new, and also Mace's new audio came out yesterday. He said, you want a big back, I put a big black baby in you too.
Oh, man.
Nigga, that's wild. And I might pay $10 million to not let that shit get out either. Yeah. It's one, like I said, it's one thing to have your kinks, but when it comes to race play, my nigga, that's kind of indefensible. You're done, especially with your community, nigga. Because like now I'm gonna look at you differently. I'm already looking at you differently now that we hearing that you like to get your ass ate, but we can probably let that slide. You see, especially if he was like one of my friends or somebody, in this regard, I like watching Shannon Sharpe. I could probably let that slide because, okay, you doing some freaky shit, even though I want to let my ass get eaten, but that's different. But you talk about some, hey, take this black, she talk about some put this black baby in me, and F is on some deeper race play shit. Like I said, you letting her call you the N word, or you telling her, hey, if she's saying it with the A or the ER, and if you saying it back to her like on some slave play, race play shit, you're indefensible, nigga. I might pay $10 million to get that shit clear, so I let that shit get out either. Shit, you might want to pay $50 million, or like I said, hire the Punisher, nigga. Get you a hitman. Get her the fuck out of here.
He said a little white girl put a big black baby in you, or something to that effect.
Crazy work.
Wow. This is a lot. Where do we start? The girl is 19. He's how old?
54 or 56, one of the
50. Let's just say 50, in the late 50s, right? So he's in his late 50s. She 19. This is a lot. This is a lot because I know when I'm hearing people, they're like, "Well, this wouldn't have happened with a black girl." Let's start right there.
Yeah,
with a black girl, he probably would have paid child support.
That's what I'm saying. See, and this is what I was saying earlier. Like, yeah, like that's our thing. If we want to go that route, that yeah, nigga, get your ass on the child support. We just seen this shit with Aunt Shorty. Trying to move to California to get his contract. That's why he like, can I pay the child support out front? We just seen this shit happen, so I ain't got nothing to do with no black and white shit.
There's a lot of things that it would have been easier. I'm just gonna say it.
That is true.
I'm not.
It would have been easier, but we probably wouldn't be getting. They wouldn't be getting more though. Like her getting this 10 million, 50 million. She's getting more, but it's gonna take a minute for this shit to go through. Yeah, the child support. Get that shit done tonight. I get paid tonight
for this, but it would have been easier with a black girl if let's say she was from the projects. Her name was LaTanya.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been paying what he's paying.
Exactly.
Y'all think I be laughing? I'm not trying to see. This is why I don't talk. You don't think I'm not trying to make light. This is a serious matter, right?
Yeah.
This is a real serious matter. Let's make it serious because I'm not trying to joke. People would say that a man only end up here when he's being arrogant, right? When people get a bunch of money, they think they could do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I've been rich. I'm rich. Killer's rich. He's been rich. A lot of people been rich and they still are rich, but I don't think we've ever gotten to the place where we're takers. This is what I'm getting at. And for him to offer $10 million says that there might be some truth to this, because I'm not offering nobody no $10 million if I know I didn't do anything. And I think the only reason that $10 million didn't work, Killer, I want to know how you feel about this. I think the $10 million didn't work because the pimp need his cut. Just allegedly. I'm not saying there is a pimp, right? Let me give you. It's just an idea. This is just an idea, right? So if there's a pimp, right? Why y'all keep laughing? I know this
it's like you debate.
They wanted to know my take. But listen, all jokes aside, if the girl said I want 10, this may be the lawyer, right? Just hypothetically, all of these things, right? And the guy who put her on to Shannon was like, you didn't even know him. I put you on them. You didn't even know who that was. You was asking about college.
You was asking about college.
Yeah, this is your Thurgood Marshall right here. Him right there. For real? Yeah, that nigga worth a lot of money. You know how guys be, and they pushed her on her. And then she said 10. He was like, 10 is my 10. You got to put in your number for yourself. That don't have nothing to do with me.
Especially, what's that nigga name? Beetle B? Where the fuck the nigga said? Beetlejuice? the lawyer, yeah, he need his cut too. So that's why I said 50 million. Hey, I need my cut. Whoever put her on need his cut. Yeah, she need her cut. So yeah, we need that 50 mil, nigga.
10 is mine. That's what we discussed. I'm just telling you, I ain't been out the streets that long. I know. This is how peace think. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody's watching this and you know that behavior, you just put it in the chat and say it's Mase lying. And then another thing I want to look at in this whole entire case, right? I heard something about 50 or 25,000 a cheek.
25,000 a cheek.
That's what she texted him. She need 25,000 per cheek.
I bet she was just joking. With a cheek to pay 25. No, this is a lot. This is a lot to unpack. Just really thinking about it from an objective point of view. We pray all of this is like a fallacy or some kind of hoax or something like this, because he was about to get a bunch of money. And
yeah, exactly.
You know, when you're about to get a bunch of money, people that hate on you just wait until you're about to get that money.
Man, it's crazy, bro, because if you famous, anybody can say some shit about you. If it gets traction, you're done, regardless, nigga. If they're lying or telling the truth, you're finished. Like anybody, a random person on the internet could say that you know, that might have crossed paths with any celebrity, could just say, oh, so and so R-worded me. You're done. And if it gets traction, you're finished. If it gets into that public spotlight, you're done. It don't matter if you're lying, if they're lying or telling the truth. It's up. That's the crazy part, bro. That's crazy, bro. And then the people that be lying or dismiss the shit don't be getting no repercussions. They just go on about their life, do the same shit to another nigga. They need to go to jail for that shit, for sure. Like, for real. That shit's like, they need to be reprimanded for trying to fuck somebody else's life up. They need to be getting their life fucked up too. Then I bet a lot of niggas, a lot of this shit would go down if that happened. The people that was lying on people, if they got reprimanded, just like how the nigga would have got reprimanded for lying, that shit would be donezo. But
and rain on your parade, but we can't say that. And that's why I wanted to say it, to get Stats' opinion. I knew when I said that she was gonna go, yeah. No, you can't be on your way to 100 million. I keep telling Killer, right? And niggas picking these kind of girls. You can't do that. We talked about this with Ant-Man. Yeah. We talked about this with several players. You just can't do that. You about to get 100 million. You can't throw it away for IG model. Is she an IG model?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. How does that work?
So I'm saying, like, why would you give an OnlyFans girl this ammo? What you thought y'all was gonna be together happily forever after, nigga? I'd never given no ammo on no sex tape. You know, obviously we'd be on the phone talking and shit like that, like how he was on the phone talking to her, you know, texting some crazy shit, obviously, but like niggas got tapes and shit. Why are you giving the bitch tapes? Are you stupid?
Work.
She got her separate account and she do her thing on there and people pay.
Is that if she did, then why are you suing me for, bitch? Because I know you're lying. My fault.
The one, like, when people show their feet?
You can. It's whatever the client wants.
So just think about this. What can he do at this point? What can he do at this point?
Yeah, I pay.
Nah, you gotta win, nigga. Fuck that paying shit. That shit done with. Cause that thing's pretty much out now. You're a freaky ass nigga. But if that other shit get out, if it's super crazy, you're done. You know, I know. Shannon kind of braces for that. He was saying, you know, Hey, some 30 seconds in that clip may be wild. I'm going to admit that, but you know, this is a shakedown type shit. So I ain't paying you shit though, bro. Damage already done. Like I said, if it was like some shit I gotta take to my grave, then yeah. Even though, but still, I don't know. Like at that point, it's probably why it's like, here's a 10 mil. Like, is it worth it? Is it worth it for me to get my reputation slandered, regardless of if I didn't do something or not? I got some shit that I'm ashamed of. I don't want that shit to get out. I'm pay $10. $10 million. I don't know.
He's not wrong.
I don't want him to pay, but he already made an offer.
Who told him that?
Huh?
Who told him to make an offer?
I don't know. It must be bad if you want to make an offer.
I'm not making no offer. Niggas can say what they want. I'm not making no offer. Listen, I'm going to court. You gotta get it through the courts.
Yeah, listen.
That's how you supposed to do it. I'm not giving up no money.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like she wanted abuse. To be fair about it, she wanted anal sex and got mad because he didn't put a condom on. It sounded like she wanted some. I was put it like this. My personal opinion is what I was rocking with. I was rocking with Shannon. Like, this is shakedown because he moved from Cali to Nevada. She moved from Cali to Nevada, and I was obviously 100% saying this some fucked up shit until I found out he offered money.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I was pretty much just having fun, but pause, after you say he offered 10, that changes everything.
Yeah, and then what he said also, I don't know if you know this part, when he made his statement, he said I believe what they're trying to do is going to be 30 seconds of a sex tape that comes out that's going to try and make me look bad. If you want to do everything, he said, I don't have the tape. But if you want to show everything, show the whole 10 minutes. He said, but 30 seconds of this tape makes him look really bad. So now we got audio of him saying he's choked her. Once he's going to choke her. And he says some slick shit to her that, little white girl, I put a black baby in you now, a violent 30 seconds of sex tape supposed to come out. I don't know.
Yeah, I think if I hope all of this is untrue. If it is true, then they gotta do something about this. If ESPN can endure this, then they should give guys like Paul Pierce his job back. They should give Matt Barnes his job.
That is true. That nigga Paul Pierce, he just had some strippers on the live. Niggas won't even naked. Fire that nigga the next day. But then again, I mean, how many days it take from the allegations from Shannon Sharpe to have to make that video of him quote unquote stepping down? Because he won't stepping down. Disney was like, no one's bigger than the Mickey Mouse, nigga. No one's bigger than the mouse, but we like what you doing, nigga. We would like to keep you. So just say you're stepping down, and hey, if you innocent, we'll gladly bring you back in. But we need to have that door open. So we gonna see where this goes. That's why they just outright just fire him and just have him finished. Like with Jonathan Majors, got him the fuck up out of there. Johnny Depp got him the fuck up out of there. Cause Jonathan Majors, he cool, but he Jonathan Majors. Johnny Depp, that is Johnny Depp. He got some pull, but then again, that was different with Amber Heard and shit like that. That was totally different. The whole Me Too movement and the women shit. You're kind of cooked, buddy. Even and he still won. And they still didn't give him his shit back. Then Paul Pierce, you was a good player, nigga, but you ain't LeBron, nigga. You ain't LeBron. Well, we'll see you later, buddy. If LeBron did that same shit, LeBron would still be on the network to this day. Now Shannon Sharpe, he's bringing in the views. His first take, niggas won't watch his first take. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith was carrying. Stephen A. Smith can still carry because he's still the pull, but Skip was gone. You know, Skip and Shannon cooking. Like shit, hey, Shannon, hey, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharpe, Pat McAfee. That's the big three. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharpe, Pat McAfee. And Pat McAfee has some shit coming out about him too. They would do the same shit. You look at the nigga curse on national TV. They let the nigga say shite, which is shit on national TV on College Game Day. They letting Paul Heyman talk shit about Shannon Sharpe and his colleagues on national TV. Stephen A. Smith. Pat McAfee could pretty much do anything. So same thing would happen if this was Pat McAfee. You know, maybe he might be a little more lenient. I mean, he's cursed on national TV, so I don't fucking know, bro. He got the complexion for the connection, so he would probably be sliding a lot more. But that's why when it comes to Paul Pierce, yeah, you're not sliding, buddy. We'll see you later. Matt Barnes, you cool, nigga, but bye. Shannon Sharpe, you're an attraction, so we just gonna keep you on the back burner and see how this plays out. Pat McAfee, you cursing, but you ain't doing nothing crazy yet. You are an attraction. We gonna let you still do your thing. Stephen A. Smith, you Stephen A. Smith icon. We gonna let you do your thing. Don't let nothing crazy come out about you, but we still gonna let you do your thing.
Back.
Yep.
And even Michael Irvin, our own Michael Irvin.
Another thing too, Michael Irvin, you great, Michael. One of the great Cowboys, but you ain't that nigga to us. We get another one of you. We'll see you later.
Get his job back.
Yeah.
If people are not just gonna, honor what they supposed to honor, to me, I believe that he should keep his job if he's innocent. But if he's guilty and ESPN keeps him, then ESPN need to give all those people their job back. But I don't really know how this is going to turn out.
That's very true.
And I saw really was the interview with Stephen A. when he was speaking of it, and I was watching it very carefully, Killer.
Stephen A. said something about this already?
Yeah, because Stephen A., he didn't stand with Shannon Sharpe like he stood with Jay-Z.
Fake ass nigga. That's why niggas like Kwame Brown don't be fucking with that nigga. That nigga Stephen A. Smith. Hey, he trying to look out for himself because he did bring Shannon Sharpe to his shit. So this is his baby. So when it comes to his the first take in ESPN, when it comes to the sports, that's Stephen A. Smith's baby. So hey, I brought you over here, nigga. You did this shit. Hey. Sink or swim, nigga. That's exactly how Stephen A. Smith was like, sink or swim. That's the attitude he got. Because, yeah, he defended Jay-Z to the T. Jay-Z would never do that. When it comes to Shannon Sharpe, I fuck with you. I don't fuck with you like that, though, my nigga. We friends, but Jay-Z, that's my dog. But you, though, even though I brought you over for my show, took you away from Skip Bayless to help me out. I don't know what to tell you, nigga. That's exactly the attitude he had.
When he heard about Jay-Z, he said, the guy I know, this is not true. When it came to Shannon, he was like, I wasn't there.
Yo,
in a nutshell, yeah.
I gotta keep it static, you know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't there for Jay-Z neither.
You won't, exactly.
You wasn't there for Jay-Z. You were not there for Jay-Z, but you went out on a limb because of the character of guy you know. So I'm not saying that you're wrong for that. I'm saying I would have thought that the same standard would be there, right?
With friends like that, who needs enemies? That's pretty fucked up. Like if I'm Shannon Sharpe, nigga, shit. Hey, fuck ESPN, nigga. You might just do Club Shay Shay. Ocho gonna still stand by my side. Ocho's still standing by the nigga side. Now Ocho ain't got anything else going on besides Nightcap, but still, he got his Madden shit with the Madden race, but that's it. But still, he's still standing by
for a guy you work with every day. Well, not every day, but you know.
Damn near.
And I'm not taking a shot at Stephen A. It's just an observation.
It does sound like you was taking shots at Stephen A. From what you said, I didn't see Stephen A. shit, but what I'm gathering, what you said from Stephen A. said, he basically said, I don't know the nigga like that.
Well, I ain't putting my hundreds of millions on the line for him.
Yeah, he like, no, I want
bro,
to hire the nigga.
Shout out to
he
bro,
a little
but...
freaky nigga. I don't really know the nigga that well, so whatever happened or whatever happens. I already know Stephen A. He one of them people like, this is going to interfere with me. I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, Stephen A. is corporate.
He said, I recruited Shannon, but I'm not the boss. Basically, the other higher-ups have to deal with it. That's what he said, verbatim.
Even though you got some pull, though, nigga. I mean, nobody's bigger than the Mickey Mouse, but you ain't got no pull, though, but crazy work, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, basically.
Is that throwing him under the bus?
Not a little bit, but not really.
In the streets, it's throwing you under the bus, but for corporate, he's not, because he's like, I hired you, and if I hire you and you do something crazy, then now ESPN is gonna look at me when I bring somebody new in here, like, can we trust my decision making? And I need them to know.
Right.
I brought them here on talent. I didn't bring them here on morals and principles. Because you gotta remember, this whole situation, as the history goes, a couple months into the deal, when he brought him in there was already an allegation. You know what I'm saying? So now with this coming out, it's just like the second thing, because remember, there's the tape. And Walt Disney can't do that.
Mm-hmm. I agree with the part you said. Niggas that they fired for less.
Yeah, they fired a lot of people for less.
Yeah. Stephen A. said, I don't know the nigga, huh? I got to go watch that. That's
yeah, but the messed up part is the $100 million. I hope he really get that $100 million. Well, let me ask you something, Killer. If you had $100 million on the table and a joint from back in the days just say, you know what, I need 50. You know, maybe you didn't wild out, but you said some things on tape you wasn't supposed to say. Not that you did, but and she said, I need 50. What would be your response?
Take it to trial. I don't got $1, yo. I ain't got $1 for
I ain't
got
$1 for you, nigga.
Yo, listen, man.
Fuck no.
That's why I got an iPhone 3. I got everything.
iPhone 3 is crazy.
I got 3 desktops full of information. All my phones. I got Nextel flip phones. I got all that. Because I know for a fact that it's a lot of angry women that things may not have worked out between not just me, anybody.
Yeah.
And then you come up and then they're mad about this. Is a recent situation. Yeah. You're right. You're 100% right. It's a bunch of females that been back in the days. Not like I said, don't even gotta be me and be like, oh, this nigga up, he don't remember he did this, he did that to me, he did this. You have to keep your receipts, yo. Everything, especially if you're right. If you're right, you have to. We're just in that world.
Yeah.
Think about this, even with the Puff shit, right? Lawsuit was coming out every 90 seconds. Every 90 seconds a lawsuit was coming out.
But Pete Diddy did that shit though. No redemption for that nigga at all.
To the point where they're like, ain't Jay-Z his man? Throw him in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it started getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, this is a scary time for players.
Yeah, man.
It's a real scary time.
That's the whole thing.
Especially for famous black men, it definitely is scary times. Regardless on if it's someone that's outside of your race or if someone is inside your race. You a meal ticket, nigga. And if niggas can try to find a way to get that ticket, they're going to try and get that ticket. Morals or no morals, they gonna try to find a way.
I don't think it's a scary time for players. Me personally. I think it's
I mean, I guess it ain't. It's scary, but sometimes you niggas just be fucking stupid. Like, god damn, bro. Like, that pussy's so good, you gotta fuck the bitch raw and get her pregnant, bro. Like, god damn, just give her the regular back shots, bro. Why you gotta do the no Trojan wet and creamy shit, nigga? Just hit the bitch regular, nigga. Damn, she already bad. You already get some better satisfaction than if it was a regular bitch. God damn. Y'all niggas doing too much. Y'all just letting the shit fly. Let it fly. Like, calm down. I know the BBL is different from what you used to back in your hometown. But damn, bro, y'all niggas be doing too much. I know her lips is puffier, her skin a little bit tighter, Botox. I know she the famous girl you always wanted to fuck, the famous porn star you wanted to fuck. You used to beat your meat to her when you was a kid, nigga. I get that, but god damn.
Scary time for niggas who don't know how to move right.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna say person like Puff, and I ain't jinxing nobody. I don't know his personal shit. Might be a little bit of karma with the shit he got going on. But when you somebody in newfound success, like I talked about this yesterday when you wasn't here, he has a different success now than from football. You attract a different audience. You gotta know how to move. You gotta know how to move when you're an athlete. I don't know, man. It's good that you gave it a take. I think that your take was really good. I'd say, but I had to say yesterday, I don't really have much to say today.
Yeah. Last thing I'll add, 2025, I said it before, I'll say it again. Healing. Hope people figure it out because there's a lot going on. And I promise y'all, this is not the start.
And then also, Mase, real quick, because Stat also said if you play in the snow, let it go.
Don't know how it's going to go.
You're not going to know how it's going to go. But she said she play in the snow.
I didn't say that. I didn't answer.
Stat. This show been going on for what, 2-3 years? Like you add your personality and your takes here and there, but at this point it's like, come on now, like, we know you're the mediator, but you and the host, but hey, you're part of the show because we be wanting to hear your opinions too. You know, as the time went along, we be wanting to hear your opinions too, because you're not annoying like motherfucking Molly. Molly fucking annoying. We're not trying to hear you talk, Molly. I only want to hear Joy talk. That's it. But you already implied that that you fucked with the white niggas before. You already implied that. You might as well just go ahead and say it. What? You don't think the black women ain't gonna stand with you no more? I mean, nigga, that's how I be. That is how I be. Cause like I said, that should be taboo. You step outside your race, you're done. Like, they can let it slide if, like if you're black with somebody Asian, they'll look, but they can let that slide. You black with somebody Indian, Native American, they can let that slide. But if you black with someone white, but it's really just a black man. If you a black man with somebody white, that's the highest of the taboo scale. You will be shunned upon. And then Latinas. But even then, they can kind of let Latina slide. But they still both in the red zone. The Asian, everybody else, they kind of in the green zone of interracial. We can let that slide. But yeah, white nigga, you're done. You're cooked. So is that why you ain't trying to say it? But like I said, when it comes to a black woman with someone that's white, y'all don't really get slandered like that. I mean, yeah, y'all don't really get slandered like that. Like, niggas will bat an eye, and be like, okay, she got a white husband. Okay. Or they be like, she got a white husband? Okay. But if it's a guy, you're getting dragged over Black Twitter, bro. You're done. It's over. Can't speak on no more black issues, no protests, none of that. You're done. Shit wild, bro.
Yeah, everybody want to play in the snow till it's a blizzard.
Till it's a blizzard, it's crazy.
Blizzard comes in like, what I'm doing out here?
Hell nah, bro.
It's definitely a blizzard for niggas.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you gotta still. I mean, you got a lot of money. You can't really date in the snow unless you're gonna marry. That is because they don't play by the same rules. They didn't have the same upbringing. So their mindset is to do whatever you ask, because when it goes wrong, they're going to want their half.
Yeah. I'm not even going to just say it's just the Snow thing. Even just to this case, like ESPN, like if you are working for Disney, there's no Disney After Dark. Like you have to know your role. I'm just saying,
You're
like
right.
you got to know
true.
what role you're in. Like certain people can do different things. You cannot do that over there. Not with Mickey Mouse. That's the problem.
I don't know. Pat McAfee can curse though on College Game Day though. That's fine though. But I mean, they still let Shannon Sharpe. They still did let Shannon Sharpe slide when he had the whole audio leak of the Instagram shit. You know, they still kept him on with that. So I mean, they gave him his Pat McAfee cursing, passes. Like, okay, you had audio, your shit getting leaked. That's all right, nigga. All right. As long as no shit was seen and it was nothing too crazy, we could let it slide. But with this, all right, bro.
Not with Goofy.
Well, see, that's the thing about it too. Not to cut you guys off. The money that he's part of negotiating has nothing to do with ESPN. He's just a talent on First Take 3 days a week. The money that he's supposed to get is from Club Shay Shay, Nightcap. He got Bubba Dub's show. He has another show with somebody else. He has like 4 or 5 different shows.
Damn, I didn't know that. I just knew about Nightcap and Club Shay Shay.
Money that he's being offered has nothing to do with ESPN.
Okay.
If this money, it's one thing getting fired from ESPN. If that's the case, like I said, I'm not wishing that on anybody.
Right.
But this contract that he's about to negotiate is from all his shows outside of ESPN, the internet. This has nothing to do with it. And that just goes to show how powerful that shows on the internet are. We talk about Stephen A. getting $100 million working for ESPN or something close to it. And Shannon Sharpe is supposedly getting the same amount of money Stephen A. Smith is doing, and he's not even on regular linear television. That just goes to show when you work hard and do your shows on the internet, the check will eventually come. He got 4 or 5 different shows. That's where the money's coming from.
So he should still be able to get the 100 then.
Depend on
Because it ain't ESPN. Because every take that we're given is based on ESPN. If you're saying if that don't come from ESPN, then he should still be able to get some of that.
I mean, what I'm saying is this. Like, let's say, for instance, I still think he'll get a lot of money, but the people he's negotiating probably will cost him a few.
Yeah.
Like, yo, it's going to be 100, but you take this 67 because we going to lose a couple sponsorships behind this. Possibly. He's still going to get the money, in my opinion. It's just about is he still going to be a face of ESPN. And the Shannon Sharpe, he probably like, whatever, niggas ain't giving me that much money anyway. That's not where the bulk of his money is coming from.
Yeah, and as we move away from Shannon Sharpe, just the idea of what's going on, right? We also got to start paying attention, fellas, when they're telling you it's a civil suit. Don't feel like that's just a civil suit. If it's civil suit but it's something criminal, it could turn criminal really fast. They're just using a civil suit to knock down a lot of your money. I'm seeing this happen with a lot of rappers.
I know that.
A lot of athletes, and people are not paying attention to that. Another way that people are just green to the streets, that's just one entity trying to walk away some of your money, so that when they double back and say, well, this was you did this over here, because 9 times out of 10, if one girl say something, then somebody else gonna come say something, because they're like, people are getting paid, and people are getting paid for nothing. And I really got some issues, or they may really have a text or really have a message, and it's like, I don't know what to do or what to tell fellas now. You probably want to get married. That's probably your best bet.
Yeah, nigga. Hey, you want to find your high school sweetheart, nigga, and just deal with that. Yeah, because once you become famous, or unless you're just a regular, a good athlete, a good role player, then go ahead and settle down with a nurse, nigga. But y'all need to be choosing these OnlyFans girls. I don't know what's like, and it's cool y'all want to just bust these hoes down. I understand that, but y'all niggas is getting these hoes pregnant and cuffing. Like, niggas is not using no logic.
Just from the outside looking at.
And that is that, y'all. So now we got to talk about the Rockets versus the Warriors straying away from all the things. There's more, but we're gonna go to the game. So
what's more?
I just feel like there's a lot going on.
What's the more?
That's crazy.
People getting deported. Like
Got deported.
a lot of people in the States.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's why I said this is a freaky week.
Is crashing.
Oh, you mean the world period?
Yeah,
I thought you meant
the Pope just died. Like nothing is making sense.
You said the shit was over. Retrograde.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
You said it was over.
I did, but
What happened to retrograde? This is retrograde.
This is reverse retrograde because it's just
not
been
retrograde.
going bad. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. Sin can tell you that. Hopefully things start going uphill because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, see, motherfucking. Speaking of the Rockies, Ime Udoka, I still don't know why the fuck you cheated on Nia Long, my nigga. Like, if I remember correctly, the girl that you had cheated on her with, you know, hey, she looked good too, but see, that's different. That's someone that's still around your age. This nigga Shannon Sharpe fucking with, it ain't like he fucking with the cheerleader, no shit like that. But nigga, if I'm going home to Nia Long every night, why the fuck would I like? She cool. The other girl was cool, but she ain't Nia Long. Fuck. Unless he was gonna run away with the bitch, but you didn't. Dumbass. Anyways, I ain't gonna take too much of your time. I pretty much said all I need to say. Tell me what you guys think about the situation. You think Shannon Sharpe guilty or not? I don't think he's guilty. I think this bitch is motherfucking scheming. She's just a piece of shit. She already was a piece of shit. She's even more of a piece of shit. And if it come out Shannon Sharpe did do this shit, then Shannon Sharpe, you were a piece of shit. You already a weird ass nigga right now, but I can let some shit slide. But you already a weird ass nigga right now. I hope it want no crazy race play shit. If it is, nigga, you're cooked. But like I said, it ain't crazy right now, so we're like, I can't rock with the nigga. But if it come out that you did do this shit, then you're a piece of shit. And then you're done. But yeah, but that's all I say about it. Post your comments down below so you guys thought. Like and enjoy, you guys did subscribe because you do dragon or you a bitch.